You might be asking yourself a question. Why in the world does he have high pressure hoses on a roof and a pump sprayer? That's a great question to be asking yourself. Now, if you were someone who just got started out in the early 90s and you were doing a roof, maybe this would be your equipment. But if you are following industry standards and you are constantly educating yourself, there are many ways to clean. We are not soft washing a roof, nor are we using high pressure on a roof. We're not even cleaning a roof. The very first thing I did was I came up onto this roof because I noticed that there was a large oak. And off of that oak is going to be a lot of leaves and Spanish moss. Spanish moss is what you can see hanging off of the tree. So as the wind blows, that stuff drops, and as the weather changes, those leaves drop. And ultimately what happens is you end up getting a lot of leaves all over the place. If I turn you around, you can kind of see what the backyard looks like. Maybe I'll zoom into a picture. You can see leaves all over. So that's pretty common throughout the whole yard. And when I came here to do the house wash and driveway and fence, back patio, flagstone area, I noticed that the gutters are probably going to need to be cleaned out. So I threw a ladder up alongside the house, and there's a couple of things that you can do. Number one, if you've got a lot of wet debris, you're going to have to come up here with a bag and a bucket and some barbecue tongs or whatever your gutter cleaning tool of preference is, not gloves, because they're going to tear up. You're going to rip your hands up. You can do it that way if you want, but a pair of good, 12, 14 inch, 18 inch barbecue tongs will just make quick work. Bag all that stuff up and toss it off. If the debris is dry, you can blow it off, depending on how much is in there. So we had sections around this entire roof. This is about a 2,400 square foot house. I'll turn you around, let you see what the roof looks like. You can see the little pitches in the roof. We've got a back side there. I'm on the front side here. There's my equipment down there. You can see some runoff and kind of what's going on. We're getting set up, and there's the old surface cleaner. And after I blew these gutters out, they were absolutely filthy, and maybe I'll take you down here and let you see. So if I turn you around, if you just blow a gutter out, now there has been a little bit of water through here, but if you just blow a gutter out, this is what you're going to be looking at. You're still going to have little pieces of Spanish moss tied up everywhere, and your gutters are going to look like that, okay? And that's just blowing it out. Now there is a little bit of water through here because I already came up in through here to blow out. But if you saw like a dry spot, I'll show you. That's what a dry spot would look like blown out. Is it necessary to flush? Well, the only reason that it would be necessary is because you're gonna need to make sure that those downspouts are performing properly. Which means you're going to have to flush out those, whether you choose to use a snake off of a hose, like a bullet tip, and drop a garden hose down there. You can get some pretty decent pressure off that. I come up with a high pressure ball valve with a reducer, and I use my X-Jet. High pressure ball valve will just put out a lot of mist and overspray, whereas this, I can get a nice pinpoint spray and I can clean those gutters up really, really well. And that's sort of what we've done along here. So if I turn you around here, I'll let you see, kind of what your gutters are going to look like after you rinse through. So you can see that you've got some water in here left over, but that's what the gutter looks like. Once you've rinsed. We'll go to the corner. This corner was really, really bad through here. You know what I mean? So, now your gutters look really good and your downspouts are flowing properly. You got everything nice and flowing out there to make sure that was what you wanted. Now, that's the reason for the high pressure hose up here, to chase out that remaining dirt, limestone granule, anything that's caught up in those gutters, and then flush out those downspouts. So we're going to walk to the other side of this roof now, and I'm going to show you what I'm doing. And this is an added service that you guys can make quick work out of. Now, from the ground, can you soft wash this? Yeah, you definitely can. From the ground, you could soft wash this, but you're gonna have to, excuse me, you're gonna have to make sure that you either rinsed it off or made sure you got every square inch. So we have a small flat roof. And as you can see, that flat roof is green. Really, really green. So, do you walk away from it? Or do you say something to your homeowner and say, hey, listen, you got some algae up on that flat roof. I can clean it for you. Clean it for them. So, if I turn you around here, you can see that we've got good flow off of our downspout. All of these leaves, guys, were here. Not all of them, because I blew some of them out, but this whole yard, I mean, look how far it goes, you know, way out there. So a lot of my stuff looks like that. Yuck, yuck. And we will rake up that when we're done. But, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this off because my track is running nicely. So these have been flushed out, and these have not. And that's what you would end up leaving these people with. Your gutter's clean, ma'am. Well, it's really not. It looks pretty bad, right? That is what a gutter looks like if it's just blown out. Okay, I mean, look at that. That's bad, right? Or let's just show you this over here. You know, that doesn't look that nice. So if you were just to blow these out, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna treat this roof. I'm gonna let it sit on there for a couple of minutes, and I'm gonna rinse it off. And they're gonna have a bright white, beautiful flat roof. You see how that flat roof has got some algae set up on there? Well, we're gonna take care of it right now. Just had to get a little picture there. So we're gonna do that. I'll shoot another video and I'll show you how bright white it is with just this, guys. That's it. A little 1 gallon Ace Hardware bleach sprayer, some good soap, and some SH. I'm using a hot mix so that just a few minutes, it'll be done. Take care. I'll show you what this looks like when I'm done, guys.